Happy Wednesday, Emperor Eagles. I am so glad to have this chance today to read a book to you. It's been a while since I've been able to read a book, but I have one of my most favorite books here for you, and it kind of goes with the purple ribbon that I'm wearing today. The purple ribbon is for Cora. We talked about Cora before for Rhett's Awareness Month, so you might see some teachers wearing purple ribbon for Rhett's awareness, and Cora has something called Rhett's. And to review, Rhett's is a condition where they might lose muscle tone, their hands and feet may not be as strong, and they may not be able to communicate. And so we talked about before, what do you do if someone communicates differently than what you're used to, or if someone looks differently than what you're used to, if someone's walking differently, acting differently? I know it might be your first impulse is to point, stare, ask questions. You can ask questions, but it's very important to ask questions of the person. And even if they don't communicate, maybe someone will do it for them or in a different way, like a device or sign language. And you can absolutely ask questions. Now, a person can tell their story or not tell their story. If they don't want to talk about it, you walk away and it's not your business. Or they can share their story with you. So Cora's mom asked us to share her story. The next thing you want to do is learn how to ask questions. So that's the book that I'm going to share with you today. I've read it before, but it's one of my favorite books, so I wanted to read it again. It is called Just Ask by Sonia Sotomayor, and it is an amazing book. So we're going to learn today about how to ask people about kind of what's going on and what is their story. It's not always an easy question to ask. You're not being rude. You'll be rude if you keep asking and they ask you to stop. So that we don't want to do. And so we're going to start here. Hi, my name is Sonia. My friends and I are planting a garden. Gardens are magical places. Thousands of plants bloom together, but every flower, every berry, and every leaf is different. Each has a different smell, a different color, a different purpose. Some flowers need a lot of sunlight, others thrive in the shade, some have to be trimmed regularly, while others are better off left alone. Some trees and flowers are more fragile, and others are more hardy. Kids are all different too. Some of us are in a hurry, others take more time. Some of us seem shy and quiet, while others are chatty and loud. Some of our differences are easy to spot, others take longer to notice. Each of us grows in our own way. So if you are curious about other kids, just ask. Not everyone is comfortable answering questions about themselves, but I don't mind. What am I doing? Several times a day, I prick my finger to measure the sugar in my blood, and I give myself shots of medicine called insulin. I do this because I have diabetes and my body doesn't make insulin naturally like other people. Even though this can hurt sometimes, I gather all of my courage and do it to be healthy. Do you ever need medicine to be healthy? My name is Raphael, and I have asthma, which means sometimes I have trouble breathing. When that happens, I take a break and use an inhaler with medicine to make breathing easier. Quiet time helps me slow down and catch my breath. My inhaler is like a tool to help my body. Do you use a tool to help your body? You wear glasses? Maybe some people have a cane or a wheelchair. That's a tool to help your body. I'm Anthony. I use a wheelchair to get around. Even though I can't run with my legs, I can go super fast. How do you get from place to place fast? My name is Madison, and I guide my dog Lucky. My guide dog Lucky helps me get places safely because I am blind. My friend Arturo is blind too. He uses a cane to get around. Even though we can't see, we strengthen our senses and we notice lots of details others may miss. We can hear with our ears and smell with our noses and feel with our hands. How do you use your senses? I am Vijay, and I learn about the world differently because I can see, but I cannot hear. I am deaf. Most of the time I communicate with people using my face and my hands through sign language. It's cool to know another language. I also love reading and writing. What about you? I am Bianca, and I have dyslexia, so I have to work really hard and take my time when I'm reading and writing words. Sometimes I use a computer program to help me. I love learning by doing things. My imagination is full of ideas, and I'm very good at making art from the pictures I see in my mind. Are you really good at something? I'm great at dinosaurs. I know all about them. I am Jordan and I have autism. Organizing and counting and all of my toy dinosaurs again and again and again makes me feel calm. My classmate Tiana also has autism, but it's different for her. She doesn't talk, but I like to talk. I especially like to talk about dinosaurs. What do you like to talk about? For me, listening comes more easily than talking. I am a really good listener. My name is An, and I speak with a stutter, so sometimes I repeat a word or get stuck when I try to say it. It may take me a little longer to express myself, and sometimes I'm too shy to talk, but I understand everything that's going on. Do you ever wonder if people understand you? I do. My name is Julia. Sometimes I wiggle or make sounds that I can't control because I have Tourette syndrome. People may look at me funny because they think I'm not paying attention or just acting out, but it's not true. I'm listening. I don't always like to have to explain it. It frustrates me, but it helps when I tell people that it's just what my body does. Do you ever feel frustrated? My name is Manuel, and I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It is also called ADHD. I can get frustrated when I feel really the need to move around, even though I'm supposed to sit still. When my teachers and friends are patient with me, if I forget something or get distracted, I can get myself back on track. What's helpful to you? I'm Nolan. It's helpful to me when the food I eat has a clear label because it says it's nut free because I'm allergic to nuts. They make me so sick that I would have to go to the hospital if I ate any, even by accident. So I always tell people about my allergy and ask if any food has nut ingredients. Speaking up keeps me healthy. How do you use your voice? I love to sing and I love to talk and I love to make new friends and be included. I am Grace. I was born with Down syndrome. Kids like me with Down syndrome have an extra building block called a chromosome in our bodies. We are all different from each other too. I can do almost anything any other kid can do, though learning new things takes me sometimes. One way I learn is asking questions. What helps you learn? It's me, Sonia, again. I ask questions too. When something seems different or new, I ask my parents or my teachers and they help me understand, especially if my friends don't feel ready to explain. And this is what I've learned. Imagine if all the plants in this garden were exactly the same. Like, what if we could only grow peas? That would mean no strawberries or cucumbers or carrots. It might also mean no trees or roses or sunflowers. Just like in our garden, all the ways we are different make our neighborhood, our whole world really more interesting and fun. And just like all of these plants, each of us has unique powers to share with the world and make it more interesting and richer. What will you do with all of your powers? I love this book. It's one of my most favorite books because it's exactly who we are as Emperor Eagles and as leaders. We learn to ask questions of others. We learn when to stop asking if they don't want to talk about it. We learn that it's okay to share your story if you want to, or not share it if you don't want to. We learn in this book that everybody has differences in how they learn, how they speak, how they communicate, how they walk, how they talk. And it makes us fascinating and unique. And in this book, we have all of these types of students here at our school. So you may say, hey, I know someone who has diabetes and they have an insulin pump and I've seen it before. Or you may say, hey, I know Miss Riddell's son has autism and I know that he learns differently. And yes, he is obsessed with dinosaurs. So it is okay to ask those questions. It's okay to ask more about Cora and kind of what's going on with her. It's okay to ask the people around her to tell her story. The most important thing that I want you to remember is to include them in the story, include them in your classroom. Let them be your buddy partner. Ask them if they want to go on the swing set. Do not let them be in a different place and be all alone. Be the leader, include people, learn their story, and so that you will become a better person from their story. Have an amazing Wednesday. Always wear a mask, wash your hands, and know that I love you. I love you. Have a great day.